Alrighty, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Serving Nerve, where we talk about whatever we want, and today we're going to be going through more body positivity, fat acceptance, cringe compilations. So let's just get into this. Alrighty my people, I just want to interject that I do have a Patreon, and I do want to point out that if you want to support the channel, there is exclusive content on there, and I upload once a week. So yeah, if you want to check it out and support the channel, cool. If not, then let's get on with the video.
Welcome to Learning with Lacey. This is an education moment. While you might not like the term small fat, they're not making it up. Small fat, mid fat, large fat, and super fat or infini fat are actually proper terms that are used by a vast range of people, particularly in the body positive fat liberation space. Particularly people like Hayes dietitians, counselors, psychologists.
They're making it up. I don't even need to really go on about this because it's stupid, but yes, people are making it up. I can make up a term and have everybody use that term, but if I make it up, it's a made-up term. It's just using semantics to define obesity. At the end of the day, most dietitians and most medical professionals use the BMI scale, whether we like it or not. And all these people have some sort of like hate for BMI. They think it's like literally the most useless thing ever. And although it has slight variability and can be a little bit askew for some people with certain body types, BMI is still a pretty good go-to to determine if somebody is underweight, normal weight, overweight, obese, or super morbidly obese. The terms small fat, mid fat, large fat, all of these terms are seldom used in any like professional setting and are only adopted by people who want to make up weird semantics and terminology to make themselves, I guess, feel like they're more inclusive or better on the basis of their obesity, when in reality, they're still pretty obese. Like, if you've got somebody who is a women's 18 or a 1X or 2X being a small fat, you've got somebody who is a woman's 20 to 24 or 26 or a 2X or 3X on the, mid-fat scale, and then you've got somebody at 26 to 32, you're getting to a point where, yeah, this is obese, this is morbidly obese. And then for super fat, you've got larger than a women's 32, but it's also complicated. So, like, what are you talking about? This is all just severely overweight and obese. It doesn't even matter what terms you use. These terms don't do anything. They don't help with anything. They don't actually define anything properly. They don't actually define the fact that these are all super overweight, and they have a likely chance of increasing your chances of developing some sort of metabolic disease, diabetes, having joint issues, increased risks of certain cancers, heart disease, high blood pressure, risks of stroke, arterial calcification. Like, they don't list off any of that in this. And at the end of the day, that is a potential for all of these kinds of weight categorizations. Saying small fat, mid fat, super fat, I don't know, large fat, whatever, versus saying overweight or obese. I don't know why they care so much that you use the words overweight and obese. It's not a slur. Obesity isn't a slur. I don't know why people think this way, but it's just stupid because we're just coming up with fake words to hide from the fact that we're going to die early. So I think it's a terrible idea. I think it's stupid to use these terms, and they're not commonly used outside of the body positivity, Hayes, fat acceptance communities. Most people, if you tell them this, they're not going to know what the fuck you're talking about.
All sorts of people. Pause for the definitions.
Large fat is a 5X, bro. That's like obese. Like, come on, man. Like, this is stupid. This is insane. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm sure this person's very nice. But these terms are insane. They're pretty ridiculous. So why don't we just stick to the foundations of what people mostly know, which is obese, morbidly obese, I don't know, overweight, underweight, normal weight. I know it's a little subjective again with BMI, but at the end of the day, those are much more sensible forms of categorization than this.
There you go. We all learned something new today.
What's 24? Why they stand on? Is the remix to Mission Hot and Fresh?
Life is hard and things are difficult, and this is the life that we live.
Fresh.
Why is it offensive to call someone fat who is fat?
Hello, certified fat person here, and I'm more than happy to answer your question if you really do want an answer.
Actually, I've also heard if this person is gonna be like, okay, It's not offensive. That is what I've heard. I just want to mention this. I've heard a mix on both ends of the spectrum where people are like, yeah, I'm fat. I own it. Like, you know what? I'm taking back the term. I'm taking back the term fat. And then other people are like, you can't call me fat. Call me plus size. Call me, I don't know, bigger or some other word. Like, they don't want to use the word fat. They think that fat is offensive. So I've heard this on both sides of the spectrum. And honestly, like, I think fat is a little bit subjective because I think about it more on the basis of like, okay, fat, everybody has fat cells. Like, I think about it like on a physiological basis more so than anything else, or like a biological basis. Sorry, I don't know. I'm not very good at science. Anyways, I think about when it comes to like obesity, like, and being like overweight, I think on the basis of like BMI more so. So like underweight, normal weight, overweight, obese, super morbidly obese. That's the kind of categorization that I consider when I think about somebody being actually like overweight. I don't think about the word fat because fat is subjective and we've all called ourselves fat when we're not actually like super morbidly obese or obese. Like, I've been a normal weight and called myself fat before, but that's not like accurate. So it just depends.
Not so sure you do. To start, I refer to myself as fat, and I don't care if other people refer to me as fat, and that's because I don't see the word fat as a bad word. Even if someone tries to insult me by saying you're fat, my response is yes and. It took a lot of work to get to this point, and that's because, like many other words in our language, the word fat has a dark history where it has been used to belittle, insult, and dehumanize. So for a lot of people, it's very difficult to shake this history when they hear the word fat.
I can actually agree with that quite a lot. A lot of people do have a negative connotation with the word fat. They usually think it insinuates ugly or unappealing or whatever, because when you're a kid, you've had somebody at some point in your life probably call you fat. I know I have, and I know a lot of other people have been called fat or have been, you know, maybe taught throughout their lives that being fat is one of the worst things you can be or whatever, depending on how you've grown up or what media you've seen or whatever. But either way, it also is a minor descriptor. Like, if you see somebody who is stereotypically fat, then you think, oh, they're fat. That's literally one of the descriptors.
And if you want the word fat to be used in the same way as skinny, thin, fit, then you need to use it in a way that's not derogatory, which quite frankly, you did not do in your video. So if someone you deem fat prefers to refer to their body as curvy or plus size, they have every reason in the world to do so, and you need to respect it.
I don't know. I think this girl's a little bit condescending. Let's just go back to see how that other girl described her asking, like, the fat thing, because it doesn't sound that insane when she said it. But let's just go through it one more time just to kind of make sure.
Why is it offensive to call someone fat who is fat?
Hello?
Okay, so she's obviously like, why is it offensive? Like, calling somebody fat. You could take that so many ways. Like, you could take the way that she said it so many ways. One being like, you're fat, so like, why would you not be called fat? Like, duh, whatever. The other thing could be like, why is it that somebody's offended by being called fat because it's a descriptor or whatever? And then let's go back to what this girl said. I just want to kind of double confirm this.
And if you want the word fat to be used in the same way as skinny, thin, fit, then you need to use it in a way that's not derogatory, which quite frankly, you did not do in your video. So if
I mean, you can also use the word skinny in a derogatory way then, like, it's a descriptor. People have also called other people, oh, you're too skinny, you should eat a cheeseburger, like, things like that. So you can make an argument for basically everything in this regard. You literally can. Like, short, tall, you're so tall, oh my god, like, oh my god. How do you make anything fit you? Like, whatever. You're so short. Oh my god. Cute little shorty. Like, I've been called short before and it's annoying as hell. Like, there are descriptors that people use and sometimes they don't mean them in a derogatory way, but at the end of the day, I think that fat and skinny are oftentimes used, particularly by other females, to belittle one another. Or belittle themselves in like weird ways. Like, I've had girls talk to me, go like, oh my god, I'm too skinny. Like, oh my god, like, I'm too skinny. Like, I'm so insecure about it. Or, oh my god, I'm so fat. Like, this makes me look so fat. I'm usually heavier than them. It's awkward. But like, you know, people just use these terms. I feel like arguing about this online is stupid. But also, like, call yourself fat, own it, live with it, or don't. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's not that deep, dude. It is just not that deep. This is the kind of argument that's left for, like, kids in the schoolyard again. And I know I've said that before, but the entire, like, argument of semantics and arguing about, like, oh my god, the word fat is bad. Use a different word if you want, but at the end of the day, it's all the same thing. Like, it's all the same thing. You're referring to yourself as above a normal weight. You're referring to yourself as fat, plus-sized, obese. It's all the same shit. It's all the same bag of tricks. And either way, you might die early. So, I mean, are you worried more about the words or the way the words actually define you? I don't know.
Bodies that look like this
also look like this.
I love how, yeah, like, I don't understand. Let's go through that one more time, bro.
Bodies that look like this also look like this.
I love how it's just like a normal woman. I don't know if this person's got body dysmorphia or something. Like, no shade, no shade. Like, she looks great, but it's funny because it's like, oh my god, you literally look like so like normal and or like above normal, like fit. Like, bro, like, why are you like, I'm sorry, I'm cringing out, because I find this kind of thing just as cringe as like somebody obese judging somebody online or something like that. No shade, because this person looks wonderful. Don't believe in getting naked on camera and showing the entire audience your underwear, but still, I just think it's funny, because it's like, bro, like, you look the same. You just moved your underwear slightly. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I don't understand. It's just cringe. It's cringe. This is cringe. This is like attention seeking or something. I don't get it.
Your body is the norm, the standard.
It's above the norm, baby. I wish I had that body. What are we talking about? Let's go bikini model fit, like sexy, extra inches on the top. That hotness will never stop. It's above average, bro. The average American, not happening there.
Standard of beauty in Western cultures. So I understand everybody has insecurities, but some bodies are trying to fight for rights.
Nah. You're also cringe, bro. I'm calling you out. You all suck. Okay, I'm sorry, but I gotta suck and swallow my pride, because at the end of the day, that one chick looked pretty hot. But then you've also got this chick who's like, oh, we're fighting for our rights. Like, we're fat and we're fighting for our rights in the Western world, where you have all the rights you could imagine ever wanting. God, could you imagine coming from, like, a severely restrictive foreign country, and then this being the argument that people make to one another online? Oh my god, I'm insecure about my body because I'm too skinny and I want attention, so I'm showing myself off online. And then this person's going like, I'm fat and I have access to basically like clean water, a bed to lie in, I can dye my hair, I have access to an obviously like capitalistic or socialist system with a free market, I have the ability to go to the store, I can relax, and I can also use social media and stuff, but oh my god, I'm fighting for my rights. Like, you both are cringe as hell, bro. Like, this is terrible. It's an atrocity. I'm sorry. I'm sure they're lovely outside of the context that we are conversing about when it comes to these people and the things that they're saying right now, but at the end of the day, this is a terrible perception to have. You're not fighting for your rights as a fat person. You're not. You're lying in bed arguing online about some girl who's insecure about her body and saying like some bodies that look like this also look like this when she just wants some attention or she wants to just show off her body. And honestly, it's just cringe. You both are cringy pops, all right? I'm calling it out. Both of you are silly little geese. Terrible, terrible.
So I understand everybody has insecurities, but some bodies are trying to fight for rights.
When a plus-sized influencer drops a collection that only goes to a 3X, hey man, that's like mid-fat on the fat scale or large fat, deal with it, bro. Like, what are we talking about, dude? And doesn't respond to any of your comments about the lack of super fat and infinifat inclusion. Like, how big do we have to get? Like, these people are probably just drop shipping shit. There's only so much material that the orphans in China are using to compose your obesogenic clothing. Like, what do we need here, dude? Like, it's crazy. Like, sorry that foreign countries can't make clothes big enough for you with slave labor. Jeez. Also, I have no idea if they're actually using that, by the way, but I assume they would because most people online just drop ship.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's weird.
Oh my god, I love your skirt. Oh, thanks. Where is it from? It's from Torrid. Wait, where? Just this place called Torrid. What did you say it was called? I'm gonna look this up. I can't believe I've never heard of this. I can believe that you have never heard of this store because it's a plus size store for plus size people.
Yeah, Torrid's like a plus size like store. So I don't know, man. Like, some people don't know what it's about. Although after watching Amberlynn Reid, yeah, I know what Torrid is. I know what Torrid is all about. Torrid Hall.
Like me. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but the stores that you like and the stores that you shop at and all the stores that you care about, they only go up to like a size 12 or 14, and that actually only covers like 30% of women in America. But hey, since all of your clothes are mainstream fashion, why would you ever stop to think about where the other 70% of women in America have to shop?
It all comes from China, bro. It all comes from slave labor. Deal with it. Like, I don't know, man. Most of my clothing I've had since the age of 12 because my height hasn't changed much over the years. And, I've been equally fat over my life, I guess. But, you know, when it comes to the entirety of, like, being able to access clothing, I think poverty is the biggest thing that really impairs you, because whatever you can find on sale for, like, 12 bucks at a Walmart is gonna be about your budget. New school year coming up, well, hopefully you got that 60 bucks on you, so you get a couple of new outfits. Like, that's my level of logic. I think that it's so ironic and funny because, in my opinion, I think that being able to shop at these mainstream stores and going to the mall and spending a bunch of money at the mall is super privileged. But it's also, in my opinion, very privileged to get to even buy things from Torrid. I think Torrid's kind of expensive, is it not? I'm just taking a peek at Torrid right now, and some of their clothing is like 20 bucks here, 60 bucks there, 75 bucks there, and they've got all this stuff on sale, I'm guessing for like Black Friday, so a lot of it's like 50% off, but some of this is insanely expensive. Like, there's no way I'd be able to afford this, or at least past me wouldn't be able to afford a single lick of clothing. So I just think it's so funny and ironic that these people are complaining, going like, you don't think about how the 70% of people, you know, in America or in this world or whatever have to get their clothing, and I'm like, bro, like, I don't think you understand, like, how low on, like, the income scale some people will be and how desperate they're gonna be to even be able to afford clothing. I remember I used to duct tape my shoes in my backpack, man, in part because I didn't have the money at the time to buy a new pair or a new vessel for my books and whatnot when I would attend school. And then also, I also had a weird thing about shoes. I had like a really big fear about buying shoes. I don't know why. It's like a stupidity thing or something. I used to have panic attacks when I was a kid putting shoes on. I used to get like actually like tantrum fucked up about it. It's actually kind of funny looking back, but I hated shoe shopping. I detested it, and I still hate it to this day, which is why I have like 10 of the same pair of shoe hiding in my closet. I don't know if you guys want to see this. Like, I don't know if I'm boring or not, but I don't really care. So like, I'm just gonna show you because it's funny. I bought these when they were on sale, so I'm set for life. And if people don't like my decision making in shoes, I just need to mention they are tieable and zippable in the back, so they're super easy to operate with. And yeah, you can say I'm psychotic, you can say I'm neurotic, you can say that my choices are a little exotic with the mix of different shoe types. And I also have a white and black pair. This is just an extra black pair because I was worried they would run out. And they're all just from Amazon, and I got them when they were all on sale, so it's super convenient. And yeah, it's all made in China. It's all from sweatshops. But at the end of the day, guess what? I'm not here to act like a martyr. I'm not here to act like, oh, I'm a saint. I'm here to taint the masses with my poor decision-making skills and feed into the massive machine that is capitalism by purchasing these things from foreign countries and acting like I'm doing the right thing because it's convenient for me. But at the end of the day, when I see this, people like this suck because they act like they're oppressed when in reality, they're not. People complain unnecessarily and act like they've got it so hard, when in reality, I don't think they know what they're talking about, man. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking shit. I am just talking shit because I'm mortal swine. But at the end of the day, so are these people.
And what those stores' names are called and what kind of clothes they carry. It's from Urban Outfitters. Oh my god, so cute.
People are cringe, bro. Y'all are cringe. Anyways, that's the video. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think about this? And what do you think about Torrid and buying things online and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, anyways, that's it. So I hope y'all enjoyed my people, and I will see you all next time. It has been lovely. Slater.